Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today we're unpacking something pretty special. We are looking at Kanban V2. We're going to dive right in and demonstrate exactly how this project elevates the standard for productivity web applications. If you've ever felt completely overwhelmed by, cluttered task managers or clunky interfaces, well, this breakdown is going to be incredibly refreshing. We are literally looking at a masterclass in how to balance complex data engineering with just absolute visual elegance. So, check out this quote. Software should be elegant, efficient, and most of all, useful. This simple yet super powerful idea really sets the stage for everything we're going to talk about today. It's the entire guiding principle behind Kanban V2. The goal here wasn't just to make another digital sticky note board. No, the real objective was to create an environment where the software actually gets out of your way and lets you do your absolute best work. Here is our agenda for today. We'll be covering the vision and developer, the user experience, front-end architecture, back-end engineering, database and data flow, and finally, real-world impact. All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, the vision and developer. So who's behind all this? This impressive platform was built by Bruno Coppi, a full-stack developer based out of Novo Hamburgo, Brazil. This project basically started as a personal initiative. Bruno wanted to solve a real workplace gap and create a comprehensive technical showcase that leveraged his own professional background. And it's a super unique background, actually. He's got roots in both industrial automation and modern web development. Because of that, he brings a very rigorous systems-level thinking to task management. Make no mistake, this isn't just some basic portfolio piece. It's a professional-grade solution built to handle complex workflows with the exact precision you'd expect from an industrial system. Just take a look at the immediate visual impact here. The core objective was to create a simple, powerful, and beautifully customized board that manages daily tasks with high-performance responsiveness. Looking at this dark mode setup on a desktop monitor, you can really see that aesthetic priority shining through. It's super clean, it completely minimizes cognitive load, and honestly, it's just primed for intense focus. Moving right along, let's hit Section 2, the user experience. Because let's be real, a phenomenal backend means absolutely nothing if the user struggles to actually use the platform. As you can see, whether you've got a spacious light mode on a desktop iMac or a compact dark mode on your phone, it's seamless. The application uses this really premium Glassmorphism aesthetic with dynamic opacities. So whether you're dragging tasks on a massive monitor or just checking off a subtask on your phone during your commute, the UI adapts flawlessly without losing an ounce of that premium feel. And under the hood of this sleek interface are features that genuinely dictate a better way of working. It boasts incredibly fluid, loop-free drag-and-drop mechanics. But honestly, the true game-changer here is the work in progress, or WIP limits. The system will actually warn you, or literally block you, if you try to stuff too many cards into a single column. It physically enforces focus to prevent workflow bottlenecks. Mix that with fully customizable columns and a tabular data view for when you need that spreadsheet vibe, and you've got total control over your workflow. Now, any truly useful tool knows better than to lock your data away. To make sure it fits into any global workflow, Kanban V2 supports seamless internationalization. We're talking English, Portuguese, and Spanish out of the box. Plus, it gives you a massive array of high-quality export options. You can pull universal JSON backups, grab a CSV, generate native Excel files right from the back end, or even export a dynamic HTML page of your board to share offline. Basically, your data is always yours. Okay, let's shift gears and look at Section 3, front-end architecture. So how do you actually build an interface this fluid? Well, you use cutting-edge tools. For the core technologies, it's leveraging React 19 and Vite for incredibly fast builds, strictly typed with TypeScript, and styled with Tailwind CSS for that awesome native dark mode. Then, for the state and UI heavy lifting, it uses Redux Toolkit for global state management, Tan.query for caching and syncing with the backend, and Radix UI to guarantee everything is fully accessible. It's a powerhouse combo that ensures a snappy, highly responsive experience. But, it's not just about throwing good tools at a project. It's about how they're organized. By adopting an adapted domain-driven design, the codebase is kept remarkably clean and functionally independent. Everything is separated cleanly by business domains. Auth handles logins, board handles the main views, column manages the structure, and card handles individual tasks. What that means is if you tweak how a card checklist works, you aren't going to accidentally break the whole board's rendering logic. It's just a brilliantly scalable way to build software. Next up, we have Section 4, back-end engineering. Let's dive into the engine powering all this real-time collaboration. The Node.js and Express backend uses a classic, highly organized 4-layer N-tier architecture.
It processes data in a very deliberate way. First, routes define the endpoints and inject security. Second, controllers manage the request lifecycle and validate inputs. Third, services execute the core business logic, like enforcing those WIP limits we talked about earlier. And fourth, repositories handle the exclusive interaction with the database. This clear separation of concerns provides a highly secure, testable foundation.
And speaking of secure, security is absolutely paramount here. The infrastructure relies on the Firebase Admin SDK to validate JSON web tokens for authentication. It uses Helmet to enforce strict content security policies and prevent click checking. It even implements rate limiting specifically on data export endpoints to protect user data and server bandwidth, along with strict CORS policies for production domains. This thing is built to strict production-ready safety standards.
Which brings us to Section 5, Database and Data Flow.
Now let's look at how the application natively structures its data. Using Cloud Firestore, the database is intricately organized into distinct collections that perfectly mirror the front-end modules we saw earlier. Users, boards, columns, and cards all get their own dedicated collection. A board knows its collaborators. A column knows its exact width and WIP limits. A card securely stores its due dates and progress. It is a beautifully normalized flow of data, which makes fetching and real-time syncing just ridiculously fast.
Finally, let's wrap things up with Section 6, Real-World Impact.
So why does building an app like this actually matter? Well, Kanban v2 represents a true masterclass in full-stack development. It proves without a doubt that you do not have to choose between utility and beauty. Complex data engineering and strict database rules can totally be seamlessly paired with an elegant, premium user interface. For developers, it's a massive testament to technical skill. And for users, it's an incredibly reliable tool that genuinely makes managing complex projects way more pleasant and efficient. So, after exploring this amazing blend of structural integrity and visual elegance, I want to leave you with a question. Think about it. How could a tool built with such precision, with built-in WIP limits, flawless cross-device syncing, and total visual clarity, optimize your own daily workflow? When software is truly elegant, efficient, and useful, it doesn't just track your work. It literally transforms how you work. Thanks so much for tuning into this explainer, and I really hope this inspired you to rethink your own productivity systems.